It is amazingly humbling. That's the best way to describe it. All of it.
Right? You don't know anything.
You know nothing. It's crazy they even give you the baby. I remember when they first gave us the baby to leave the hospital, I was like, how is this legal? Like,
Isn't there someone more qualified?
Yeah, we are not professionals at all. Like right. They just give you like, here's how you wrap it. All right, have a good luck at home.
Right.
I mean, it's just.
So are you an involved dad? Do you change diapers and all that? Yeah.
I feel like you can't really have an opinion on how it's raised if you're not doing some of the things. Like obviously I'm at work, Yep. So like Emma, this was actually really hard for her. I wonder if you felt this way at all, but like, my wife is.
Oh, there you are.
There's my little Shiloh.
Shiloh, she's so cute.
Yeah. So Emma's like, she's, very like successful in her own right. Like she got her MBA and then she was working and managing AI projects for Apple. And then she was like, I don't really want to do this. I want to be a mom. And I feel a little guilty even saying that, but that is the true thing that I want to do with my life. Like it's always been my dream to be a mom. And I was like, listen, if you want to do it, don't do it because I said it, because then you'll resent me if you realize that you wish you never should have quit your job.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, then go for it. And it was like interesting watching her like grapple with that. And that's something that I hope changes in the very near future.
I think it's starting to.
Yeah. Like I think that we should reward mothers that stay at home in the same way that we reward mothers that go work.
And value and talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Republicans are way ahead on that. Democrats, I don't think they're there.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, it's just like when you go to certain countries that like value, I think it's also like a big city thing where there's not a lot of like family built into it. Like I grew up in New York City and it was very rare that there were like families there. And so they're just the idea of it, like a kid crying on the subway can be like bothersome to some people. And whereas like once you have kids and you see a kid crying, you're like, oh, it's adorable. Or you feel bad for the parents. But I hope that as the pendulum continues to swing with feminism or masculinity or whatever these things are, I hope that there is this place for moms that stay home, and it is a privilege, but that they don't feel this kind of scrutiny. I think it's like a really beautiful thing if you can afford it to do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And also for guys who are sensitive and empathic, but not man bun, mandel, merce.
This is the thing that I don't get about like the masculinity movement right now. It's like a lot of these guys like at the forefront of it, like aren't even dads.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay, you got like, you could deadlift, like.
Or some are just like,
or deadbeat dads.
I was going to say they're producing children, but they're
not even looking after them. It's like, why do you get to decide what masculinity is? Like, I think that's like the least masculine thing you can do. That's like a coward.
That's right.
I was talking to Rogan about this. He goes, listen, there's a lot of bitches out there and even bitches need a leader of the bitches. And I think sometimes we're mistaking them for like being masculine guys. It's like having muscles doesn't make you masculine. Like to me, being involved in your kid's life is masculine.
What tough guy ever tells you how tough he is? They don't talk about that.
Exactly. Like the greatest of all time. Like Michael Jordan never said he was the greatest. He didn't need to. We knew.
Right.
So like when I see like involved parents, like one of the most beautiful things about this whole process, even talking about these things, is like seeing how much people love their children and like feeling really comfortable sharing that. And they'll share these stories about when they first had their kid and like seeing dads. I mean, this guy who was driving me, and when I was in Austin recently, he was telling me about how he does this like daddy-daughter dates. He has these two daughters and they each get a different day. And like, that's the shit I would like to see promoted a little bit more in the masculinity movement in America. Like, don't tell me like how much time that you could like jog.
Yeah.
I don't care how many miles you could run.
Or how much money you have in the bank.
Yeah. Like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. They don't give I'll tell you one thing. Your daughter don't care.
Well, you do a very funny bit in life about how there's so much pressure of being a dad to a daughter because one wrong move and she's on OnlyFans.
And it's your fault.
You missed a volleyball game.
Yeah, it's daddy. Like there's no such thing as mommy issues.
Oh, we have that? Okay, let's watch that. That's so funny.
I have a screenshot of the moment I found out that I was going to have a daughter. If you want to see stress, if you want to see pressure, put that shit up. That's a real picture. This is the pressure of knowing no matter what happens to your daughter, it's dad's fault. I miss one volleyball game, she starts an OnlyFans. It's my fault for some fucking reason.
You're not wrong. Daddy issues is a thing.
What's mommy issues?
No, it's not really. I mean, it can happen, but
what is it even?
It's not as much of a phrase.
We don't even know what it is. Like, there's no, like, if a kid shoots up a school, we don't go, mommy issues.
No, it's more like he can't leave his mom. That's what I attribute it to.
To me, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
Like, you did a good job being a mom. Yeah. Wow. Your son loves you and has a deep connection to the most important human being. And like, that's a positive effect.
Now you're terrified of making the wrong move.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't want like, I want my kids to be incredibly comfortable with their family, not like waiting to jump at the first person who's going to take them away from
You wouldn't find it empowering for your daughter to consider becoming a, quote, sex worker?
Oh, my God.
As was praised?
Can we just call them whores? Like, I hate the fact that we're like making up these terms that make it seem more dignified.
Right.
It's whore.
Right.
That's it.
Well, what about that girl on OnlyFans? I don't know her name, but she's the one who had sex with like 100 people in a day. And then Stop it. And she's now going on a tour of nursing homes.
That's cool. I like that.
I wondered how you're going to react to that.
Cool. I like it. I had a crazy thing.
We do. Oh, my team is way ahead of me. Here she is. And SOT 24. Her name is Lily Phillips.
My oldest fan via Facebook. And when I asked for his address, he actually sent me the address of a care home. So I'm actually here with him and his friends. And I'm going to show them a good time.
So they actually figured it out. This is heroic. I liked it. This
no judgment.
No. They figured it out. Those are sex workers. That's work. That is no. This is. I didn't know that they were doing this. When they were doing those, like 100 girls or 100 dudes or 1,000 dudes or whatever, I'm like, this is disgusting. This is fucking stupid. But having sex with old guys in old people homes, that is altruism. That is, when we're talking about,
I should show it to my daughter.
Charity.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, when she's ready. That is charity. That is beautiful. That is fucking beautiful.
I feel so uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Yes, very.
But not for them. Those guys there.
Oh, God.
Oh, they're so excited.
What do you think? Like, they could die.
Happy.
Oh.
They'll die happy. They'll also just forget it. And then the next day, that's the sad part, is they won't even remember it happened.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite jokes I heard a long time ago, which was like a 95-year-old guy marries a 25-year-old gal and goes to the doctor right before the wedding. And he says, is there anything I need to know, doc? And the doc says, well, yeah, you should know that sex at this point could be dangerous, even lethal. And he said, if she dies, she dies.
That's great.
Yeah.
There's my dad is dementia, and which is obviously very sad. He's my hero, and he introduces me in the special. And but like during this time where Em and I were trying to get pregnant, I would go over every week to see him. And he'd be like, "How are things going?" And I'm like, "It's rough trying to get I'm just trying to get pregnant. And it's just not really going that well." And he would go, "He goes, well, if you need some help, I can help you." And he would forget that he would say the joke.
Aww.
And every week, I would go over, and he would offer to have sex with my wife and put a baby in her. So this goes on for like 6 months. So this is now. What I will say is that might be like the negative side of dementia. But one of the cool positives is, and life is about perspective, right? You can have good perspective on even the worst things. Like he gets to find out he has a granddaughter every single time I see him.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now, sometimes he'll kind of remember, sometimes it might not be there, but like that must be a pretty cool feeling.
Does he remember you?
Yeah. So it's hard building new long-term memories.
Okay.
Like the way the memory works is there's like short-term and long-term, and you can create new long-term memories just by continuous efforts. So like repeating the same thing over and over again.
Like with the table manners.
Yeah, exactly.
Reinforcement.
Constant. But short-term, he doesn't really.
How old is he?
He's 81.
So how long has he been dealing with this?
Honestly, it started, I think, when I got out of college. Like even 20 years ago, I started noticing these things. Like very small, but it was like, oh, something's kind of up. And then.
So does that make you worry for yourself? Do you ever think about it?
Oh, anytime I forget anything, I'm like, I got it.
Yep.
But I don't know if it exactly works like that.
Right, I know. I have such a fear of this. And my mom doesn't have Alzheimer's, and my dad died too young for me to know. He died at 45 of a heart attack. But I worry about it so much because it's like it can happen to anybody.
Yep.
And it can, even if you're using your brain as you do for a living, as I do for a living, you're not immune. It got Sandra Day O'Connor, who's like, I mean, there's nothing more intellectually straining than being on the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So it's just so indiscriminate, and it's terrifying to me.
Some say diet.
Yep, diet.
Diet can really impact.
And
I think that's
sleep.
what we're
Every time I have a sleepless night, I'm like,
it's over.
Getting my early alleys.
Yeah.
It's coming on.
Yeah.
Because you don't remember. When you have a bad night's sleep, you don't remember that as well the next day. You don't go out and buy a life jacket when the boat is sinking, and you don't buy gold when the economy has already collapsed. Clearly, others are heeding this advice as gold hit all-time highs already this year. It's not too late for you, too. And you could have Birch Gold help you diversify into physical gold. Birch Gold specializes in helping you convert an existing IRA or 401k in whole or in part into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, and for no money out of pocket. One recent 5-star review said Birch Gold was, quote, knowledgeable, helpful, non-pressure. Get your free info kit on gold by texting the letters MK to the number 989898. There is no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, text MK to 989898 and let the experts at Birch Gold help you secure your future today with gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.